Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. Earlier today I was watching a couple of videos on the VC, one by Rob Walker and the other by John Bellamy. Both were showing their top 10 albums from the year 1971. I think this was in response to a thread or a competition by Zach with his channel Deep Track Zach. Sorry, Zach, I don't know your channel, but I will be checking it out because I thought this was a nice idea for a quick video. So I will be showing 10 of my favourite albums from that year. These are not necessarily my all-time favourites because I've tried to steer clear of the ones that Rob and John showed. Their selections were brilliant. Just about all of them could be in the top 10. So I'd recommend going to see their videos. So, and I also stayed away from live albums. So no Allman Brothers at the Fillmore East, which was one of the greatest live albums of all time and came out in 1971. So let's see what I've come up with. First off, we start with Uriah Heep and their second album, Salisbury. Just absolutely excellent album. Starts off blisteringly with Bird of Prey, excellent. Finishes off side one with Lady in Black, but the highlight is the title track Salisbury, 16 minutes with orchestra, the proggiest the band would ever get. Absolutely superb track. So that's my first choice. Second, go to Canterbury and the band Egg with again their second album, The Polite Force. Egg were a trio comprised of Mont Campbell on bass, Dave Stewart on organ, and Clive Brooks on drums. Long instrumental pieces, quirky humour, typical Canterbury. Love it. Third, and this definitely would be in probably my top 10 of all time, never mind just 1971. And this is the Magnificent Hawkwind with their second album, In Search of Space. Absolutely mind-blowing space rock. This features one of my favourite tracks of theirs, You Shouldn't Do That. Brilliant. And it's also the one that features one of their most famous tracks, Masters of the Universe. Excellent. Number 4, and we have some progressive blues with the Groundhogs, and this one's their fourth album, I think, Split. Side one's taken up with Split, parts 1 to 4. Superb guitar playing by Tony T.S. McPhee. The rest of the band being Pete Cruikshank on bass and Ken Postelnick on drums. And side 2 features the awesome Cherry Red. This is their best album by far, I think. Next up, a favourite band of mine, Steel Ice Bun. You know I love my folk and folk rock. This is, again, their second album. This is, after their first one, they lost a couple of members, dropped the drums, brought in Pete Knight, who would be there for many a year, on fiddle, and Martin Carthy, the awesome Martin Carthy, came in on guitar and vocals. Features brilliant songs like The Blacksmith, Cold Haily Windy Night, Boys of Bedlam, False Night on the Road, The Lark in the Morning, and Lovely on the Water. A stunning example of British folk rock or electric folk. Next up, sticking with the folk vein, and an album I think I showed in the folk tag for 2021. This is Shirley Collins and the Albion Country Band with the album No Roses. This is a classic album, folk rock album of the early 70s, folk classic album of any era, to be honest. Shirley was obviously famous in the folk scene as a vocalist. With this, she joined up with, as it says, the Albion Country Band, but the Albion Country Band at this point comprised of 27 of the most famous names in the British folk revival scene. You've got Lal and Mike Waterson, Royston Wood, Richard Thompson, Maddie Pryor, Simon Nicol, Ashley Hutchins, who Shirley married eventually, Barry Dransfield, Nick Jones, Dave Mattox, her sister Dolly, and John Kirkpatrick, among others. Absolutely stunning album. Has one of my favourite tracks on it, Murder of Maria Martin. Anybody who likes folk music should have this album. Next, another favourite band, and that's the Mighty Quo with their, I want to say, fourth album, Dog of Two Head. This is probably where they consolidated their move to full-on boogie rock. They dabbled in it, I think, on the album before Mark Kelly's Spoon. But this features tracks like Leitung, Garundula. It has Mean Girl on it, which became a massive hit for them. But a couple of years later, actually, I think it's 73, and the absolutely magnificent Railroad. Quo could do very little wrong at this point for me. In fact, the next three albums were even better than this. And we had to have the awesome, the almighty Magma with their second album, and this is 1001 Degrees Centigrade. This is probably the album on which their Zool sound was really established. The sound that came to define the band. And this is the second part of the Kabayan concept and tale that had started on the first album. This is with the return of the Earth refugees back to Earth and their encounters with the people of Earth. Stunning album, as just about anything Magma does. Brilliant. Next up, another one that's got to be in my top 10 really, and that's one of the very first albums I ever bought, Gong's Camembert Electrique. Absolutely brilliant. My favourite Gong album, just ahead of You. You've obviously got Bert Camembert on lead vocals and lead guitar. You've got Shakti Oni on Space Whisper, Pip Pile on drums, Captain Christian Trish on bass, on Aqualung bass, and Blumdido Badegras on tenor sax and flute. Brilliant, stunning tracks like You Can't Kill Me, I've Been Stoned Before, Dynamite, and my personal favourite, For Hat Digs Holes in Space. And we finish off with a bit of krautrock. What else for me? And this is Tangerine Dream and their second album, Alpha Centauri. This is after the first album, which is a more sort of avant-garde free rock album. This is where the electronics take over, even though a lot of it is not synths, but it's organ and but dark atmospheric tracks, brilliant, stunning electronic music. So that's my 10. I hope you enjoyed that selection. I'm hoping to do another video soon. I've got some finds that I'd like to show. So hopefully that will be up soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.